All right, so one of the very common mistakes with this is not using or not looking for the fake break liquidation in the correct area, okay? So very simply, we are just looking for the liquidation to occur in the pullback that comes back to the POI, okay? So once we get the initiation out of the range that then creates our POI, when price is coming back to our POI on our lower time frame of choice, i.e. the M5, we must see that fake break, that strong liquidation occur in this pullback to the POI, okay? We are not using anything in the leg to the left, okay? No lid, no highs or lows in the leg to the left. That is not relevant for this entry model. We ignore that. It must be built in the pullback to the POI, okay? So very simply, price comes back, we get the potential fake break, right? This low becomes a strong low because it broke structure. Once that low is liquidated, if we then get our POI mitigation, we can then take the trade, okay? This is where it has been built and taken in the pullback. This is a mistake I'm seeing quite often, and it's not valid for this specific entry model, okay? Why? Well, this is where the pullback starts from, right? Once we get the pullback here, it's just a straight movement down and a straight movement up. There is no liquidity built or taken in the pullback. The only strong liquidity that is taken, it's in the leg to the left, right? Denoted by this red area. This is the leg. This is the leg to the left. There is a strong low here, okay? And that has been liquidated, but that is not part of this entry model, okay? For LC2A, it must be in the pullback. We do not look at anything in the leg to the left, right? We do not use lid. We only use the stuff that's built in the pullback. So to give you a quick example here, right? This is the M15. Let's say we're looking for shorts from within here. There is, like, let's say M15 strong liquidity to the left, okay? This is a structural high. That is valid lid. But for this entry model, we are not looking at anything in this leg. This is all irrelevant for the LC2A entry model. We are only interested on what forms to the right in the pullback on our lower time frame of choice. So if we jump down to the M5, if this is our execution time frame from our M15 POI, okay? This we're not looking at, okay? We don't care about the liquidation of that. It's irrelevant. So there is no entry here, okay? There's nothing on the M5 because all we are looking at is for strong liquidity to be built and taken in this leg. But if we look, right, all of these candles break the previous candle's high, we get a pullback. That is not a strong liquidation because this high did not break any structure. This high here, right, when it pulled back, it didn't break any structure. So there's no strong liquidation and then price goes, okay? So there is no valid LC2A entry here because there's nothing built in the pullback. For there to have been a valid entry here, we would have needed to have seen this. We would have needed to have seen this high, break this low. So at least we get some form of a break of structure, okay? Then we would look for the liquidation of that high. So you would want to see a bearish M5 change of character, okay? So at least that high breaks some form of structure. That would then generate strong liquidity behind that high, okay? We would look for that high to be taken. And then if it gives us our entry candle, that will tag us in with a sell stop, then that would be a valid entry. But that doesn't happen, right? We just get weak highs taken and it goes off. So there is no valid entry with these rules, okay? So make sure it's built in the pullback and you're not looking at highs or lows in the previous leg.